Yeah. We in the building celebrating being number one on Apple, man.
Thank you.
We did it, Rage.
We did it,
Expeditiously
man.
Podcast,
Absolutely.
number one on all your
Absolutely.
platforms, Apple platform, all of them. Check us out. We done made it, man. How it feel, bro?
Man, how it feel, man? Listen, all jokes aside, I just want to take this opportunity out to thank you for allowing me to play in the legacy of your universe. You know what I'm saying? And just tinker around and come up with this little concept we have called Expeditiously, man. That's your legacy. I feel privileged, man. All jokes aside, brother. Thank you for having me.
For sure. That's what's up, man.
Oh, and corporate over at Apple Podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for respecting the vision. Thank you for everybody who selected us, everybody who downloaded Expeditiously. You killed them 2019, 2020. Thank you very much.
In the building.
Let's go. So it's good, huh?
Hey, man, everything is good, man. I've been working, man. Been busy, man. Just got back from Treach wedding. That was off the chain, man. That was like a family reunion, man. I mean, I seen people I ain't seen in years, but it was everybody there that was, that should have been there. You know, shout out to Pepper too, man. I seen you, baby. I didn't recognize you.
Pepper
man.
looking good.
Wow, man, totally different, man. And I didn't really recognize her, man. So I passed her a couple of times. I was just like, man, whoever that is, they popping, and I just left it at that, man. So shout out to you, sis. My bad. But other than that, man, just been grinding, man. What about you, man? What's up with you?
Oh, man, doing the damn thing. You know how we be, man. We been trying to, get this film thing off the road. We made some serious inroads with it. That's been a beautiful thing, man. We just came back from doing the J-Hop workshop, the Black Lady Theater.
Right.
Shout out to Black Lady Theater. My man Omar Sharif was goody. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. What'd you feel about that, man?
Man, it was off the chain, man. You know what I really liked about it, man? People really they spent their bread and bought tickets and stuff, and it's something that I was told from a lot of the guests that came that they've been doing, but they didn't feel like they got their money's worth. And, with mine, they felt like they got like a seminar, a little more than what they was expecting. So, it encouraged me to say, you know what, maybe we need to take this little show on the road or whatever and, go from state to state. Because there's so many people out there seeking knowledge to get into business, and it's nothing like coming from actual experience, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. What's interesting, too, is I really enjoy being able to point out, where technology intersects with experience in the terms of, you don't got to really depend on the old vanguard like you speak to get on or to get your message out, you kind of curate your ideas and bring it to the marketplace. With technology, that's dope.
Those days is gone, man, and we speak about it just like I said, but you put me up on this podcasting platform before anybody else thought about podcasting expeditiously. We was podcasting expeditiously. Like, man, you got a platform right here, man. You ain't gotta wait for nobody to put you in the movie, to put you in this, that, and the other, man.
You put yourself call back and all that.
And when I started looking at the business from a digital standpoint, it made a different kind of sense to me. And I said, oh, okay, that's why I'm sitting here knocking on empty office doors, waiting on phone calls, and they ain't even on the phone no more.
Right.
Nigga, get in my inbox. You know what I'm saying? Right. I had to get up with the times, and with doing that, just sharing that same experience. Everything I share be from experience. To a lot of the up and coming actors, musicians, whatever it is that you're into or whatever, man, the days of getting put on is over with. You put yourself on to where you make sense for that brand or that company, you know what I'm saying, to get in bed with you on business. It only makes sense because you have taken your brand to a certain level, to where it's like, okay, wow, he's making a certain kind of noise. We need to get on this, and that's how you really get on. Nobody says, okay, well, you know what? I like that song you did. I'm about to put you on. Well, I like that demo.
What your clips look like? What your views look like?
That shit is over with.
But listen, I want to clarify one thing, man. You said something about getting in bed, and this is the Me Too generation. You don't mean the casting couch like favors?
No.
Just clarifying.
Well, I'm still from the old school, so that's just an old business term that we, get in bed with. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's still used without, all the extra shit that's on it, man. But one thing you can rest assured and know for sure, 100%, when you tune into the Expeditiously podcast, man, it's just Riggy Raw. The cookie cutter ways of doing things and stuff, I never knew them anyway. So, I'm here to pretty much break the mold. And I gotta politically correct.
Not necessarily politically correct. I'd rather
historian.
I'd rather refer to myself as politically mature, politically sound. I'm definitely not politically correct.
Well,
but I appreciate the sentiment. Good sir.
AKA fact checker.
Fact.
You know, to make sure I don't drift too far off. You know what I mean? But
off the plantation.
Yeah, then to make sure he don't drift too far off and shit.
Facts,
Because you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna keep it to where the real motherfuckers can understand what's really happening.
That's needed.
You know, we balance it out, and that's me and Rage. We balance this shit out. We bump heads all the time, you know what I'm saying? But
as soon as we turn these cameras off, we gonna bump heads.
Right, well, shit, we can bump heads while they on. Niggas ain't no thing with me,
smoke
man.
on my face, got
right,
no tact,
all of that.
No etiquette.
None of that.
Oh, Newark ass.
Yeah,
nigga,
right.
Man.
All of that. All of that.
Man.
You know, and that's what works for me.
That's what works for me.
Yeah.
So listen, man, we ain't really parting a while. I just wanted to kind of touch bases on some of the issues that might have been abounding and people talking about. Let's just do a quick rundown, man. What's your notes on the Jay-Z NFL thing, man?
Well, I wouldn't say far as notes. I took a glimpse into the situation, you know, little bits and pieces. So, you know, from what I gathered from it to how much of it, you know, really made sense with me, I looked at it from both ways. You know what I'm saying? I looked at it from, black man in position, or us in this entertainment business and us having relationships with each other, or having the means to be able to contact one another. When you look at it from that standpoint, hey, look, brother, I'm going out. I know these the same motherfuckers that got rid of you, but I'm getting in bed with them to do some other shit, this, that, and the other, far as business-wise. And watch that when I say in bed, that's, you know what I'm saying, it's straight business, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that, you know what I mean? But anyway, to get in bed with them, you know what I'm saying, and maybe have a different agenda or whatever. So when you hear about it, you know, okay, you know what I'm saying, my man Jay on no other shit, it's a bigger plan here. Okay, that could be looked at in one way, and then another way you could be looking at it like, you know what I'm saying, well, shit, I'm doing business over here. You know what I mean? I'm you know, that wasn't my thing, okay? I ain't gotta holler at you or whatever. I got my own agenda. As far as from a business standpoint, when you look at it as a businessman, like, it was an incredible deal. I mean, I think it was an astronomical deal to where it put a brother at the table, to where we got somebody like us at the table. You know what I'm saying? At least we feel like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? And the closest thing that we can get to us is at the table. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at it that way. And the closest thing to us that we can get to the table don't need to be making no kind of fuss, no kind of ruckus on his way to the table. I'm not going to give y'all an idea of what my plans are on my way to my seat.
Right.
I'm going to take my seat, pull up my chair, get comfortable, sip my water and all of that, and see where y'all at with it, and see how I can navigate with my agenda.
You know, speaking of agendas, man, it's like,
if there is another agenda.
Well, I mean, listen, there's always an agenda.
And I'm sure it is with that brother.
Right on. I mean,
shout outs to Jay, shout out to Cat.
I mean, listen, life in terms of how groups organize, you know.
Shout out to Khalifa.
To political orientation, economic orientation.
Shout out to Jill.
It's a battle between agendas, you know, and that's kind of what's like fueling the barbershop talk right now is, well, what's Jay-Z's master plan? And ideally, you know, we want to believe and hope that obviously he has his constituency base at heart, meaning, you know, Hip Hop USA or Hood USA. And people are beginning to ask, well, is this man just become a businessman shooting for his economic strata, or is he really still going to look out to do something to benefit the hood? I mean, listen, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what anybody's end game is. The only thing I will say, though,
what are you going to do to benefit the hood?
What are you going to do to benefit yourself, too? Right. You know, at the same time, it's like, look, what we do have to learn as a people is political maturity to understand that, you know, there's a difference between a revolutionary and committing a revolutionary act.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? First of all, people say, is Jay-Z a leader? Jay-Z is an artist, all right? We have to identify our own criteria for what is leadership. Then based on that criteria, we will elect leadership to lead. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So let's just organize that conversation a little bit better. because there's a lot more at stake. You know what I'm saying? That's my personal notes.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, man, you agree. You don't believe something's wrong. You agreeing with me?
I agree with you. But I beg to differ, say.
Listen, what else is here? See, you've been making your way on the gram with your man Fatboy.
Oh, Fatboy. Shout out to my boy Fatboy, man. Tyreek album out, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing. You know, one thing.
For my brothers. When I
see him in the videos and shit before I actually met him, you know, I was like, okay, he's doing this thing, this, that, and the other. But once I really got to meet him and be around him for a little bit, man, dude got his head on super right.
Man, Jesus Christ.
And shout out to his team, his wife, all of that, man. Like, you know, he really got his head on right, and y'all can expect to see, you know, some bigger things with us. He's also going to be in Fat Beach too, with myself, Brian Hooks. We want to bring Lunel in there. Want to bring Monique, you know, in there and everything. You know, so it was great working with him, man. And also just, you know, as far as, you know, to touch on that a little bit, you know, that's one of the other projects that I'm really kind of like involved in. But I'm positioning myself to have the situation to where, you know, people with their productions, you know, different, you know, colleagues, different friends, even the ones that I don't know, that I know that deserve a platform to be able to, you know, produce, you know what I'm saying, you know, their product, you know, and really have a platform to actually reach beyond just their audience, because now you have the team behind you and the finance and the marketing behind you to touch that other level. And it's not just like, okay, well, we're just going to market her with certain networks. It's like, okay, we're just marketing you here.
Right.
And that's the furthest, you know, it will go. And I speak on Monique a lot, man, because she's, you know, I look at Monique almost like a sister, man. And, you know, I went and visited the Monique show before. And, you know, I really was impressed, you know, by how everything was ran, how the show went on, and just her show and watching it grow. Yeah. And I seen the show growing to being damn near really the next Oprah show. I seen her growing to that. And I don't think I'm the only one that's seen that. I don't know what all transpired in her situation or whatever the case may be. That's that, and that's what it is. But I want to allow her the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to do a Monique show or whatever she want to call it, but back on that platform to where she can be in a lot of these people's ears, a lot of these young women ears and everything, because she has a lot to give. Yeah,
well, you know, I'd love to add on to that. Personally, I think Monique would actually be a healthy counter to the the Oprah image standpoint. You know, Oprah, listen, without taking or adding anything to her legacy, I don't think, you know, anything could be argued in terms of what she's achieved
for sure,
as a businesswoman. But, you know, she has straddled the political fence in terms of being, you know, digestible to, you know, certain parts of America that don't like their feathers ruffled, so to speak. Right. Monique is the antithesis to that. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know, which is why, you know, obviously I gravitate more towards Monique. I think the evolution that she put herself through in the public, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like grabbing her image and then grabbing and making it public some of the business underpinnings that creates a Monique, you know, that creates a brand. I think that was very brave. I think it was nutritious. I think I'm end up getting a contact high again, and you were definitely in on the conspiracy with your damn growers, but the devil's a liar. And but
I haven't turned out in a minute. I will see you in a minute.
But yeah, but you know, so I think she would be actually a healthy counter.
You know who else, man? I really love their spirit, man, and I you know, she almost felt like an aunt to me, man. That damn Lunel, man.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Lunel, man.
Is she like that in person? She seems like she a trip.
Lunel is real. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to be, for me anyway. I can't speak for everybody else because some people have shit that they trying to hide and don't want to expose and all that.
Yeah.
But being around people like Lunel, Monique, and rest in peace Bernie Mac, rest in peace Red Fox.
I would love to have met him, man.
As far as in the entertainment, he was just some of the biggest people that was the easiest people for me to be around because like it already reminded me of my family.
Right.
So it's like, okay, like Lunel, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who don't have an aunt like Lunel? Like, you know what I'm saying? And she has the heart and the fire. Like, she's it. You know what I mean? And I think she's hella funny. And I think she deserved to have her own platform. Lunel, I'll be calling you. Let me know what you want to do. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. And that's where I'm at with it, bro. I'm not so much to where I'm feeling like I still need to prove acting and crazy about getting in front of the camera. Like, understand how my career started was through an audition that I just went over there with my mother thinking I was going to meet some girls.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, I did school plays and stuff, but I love doing it. But I also have matured to the point to where I have to also use my resources to help others or set up platforms together with others where we all can do what we love to do on our own time.
Absolutely.
Not when you involve us in a script. Not when you feel like this is a fit for us. Everything we're producing, we can make it to where either it's a fit or not a fit for us. And that's where I'm trying to get us to where, we're a little more independent. And a lot of that I got from the Wayans brothers, man. I used to watch Sean and Marlon all the time, man. They get off the set, man, they at the crib, they writing this, they writing that. I'm out smoking, I'm doing other shit.
Into the business.
What?
Wow.
And Marlon would tell you, like, man, I'm not waiting for nobody to write nothing for us. I'm writing it for us, and I'm taking it right to the people.
Damn, that's dope, man.
You see what I'm saying? So, I have a situation where, a film studio situation along with a network situation that I'm about to be a part of. That's major. And I don't want to just utilize this situation as a door opener for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't just a door opener for me. It's a door that was open for me so I can open the door for others.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? And that door was going to open for others that's the up-and-coming Moniques, the up-and-coming Brian Hooks, the up-and-coming Fat Boys that we don't know yet.
Up-and-coming Jermaine Hopkins.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That we don't know yet. So that's, it's now with a purpose.
Right.
Things I do more is now with a purpose. This podcast is a purpose. The purpose of this podcast
harass the fuck out of me.
Not only just that too, but for me to have a platform to deal straight with y'all without no script.
Right.
Down in my fucking house.
In the crib.
This ain't no studio, ain't no producers around. It's me and fucking Rage and my fucking iPhone.
And let me tell you something, man. Just to give you a quick tour of the most important parts of the house. The kitchen is that way.
This guy.
I know. Listen. So, yeah, before we wrap up, man, I think another thing to really hit the culture hard that I definitely like to talk about is the, that beautiful Wu Tang and American Saga on Hulu. Can we give it up for the Wu Tang Clan? Yo, Bobby Digital Visitor. Oh my God, Chris Robinson.
But
bang, my man Sean C. Excellent work on the set. Loving it, man. So you want me? Should I take it over? What do you want?
You gotta take it because I haven't seen it yet.
But you do plan
one
to see
thing
it,
you don't do
obviously.
is front. Yeah, I'm gonna see it.
Right on.
I tried to pull it up on the Hulu shit, but I don't know what's going on with my Hulu shit. I don't know. I really don't fuck with Hulu.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna fuck with it to watch that.
And they know that. That's
right.
why they put it on.
Right. So whatever I gotta do to get it, I'll be watching it tonight.
Man. So listen, man. Let me tell you.
Shout out to the whole Wu. Y'all know y'all my motherfucking niggas and shit. For sure. You know what I mean?
Word.
Yeah. 160. Huh? What you know about that? Back in the day, we used to fucks with that Garthos Bridge.
Oh,
Coming
man.
to fucks with y'all. Yeah.
Man, so
Brick
like,
City in the building, y'all know what it do.
man,
You know what I mean? 10 for the city, 15 once you get back to Newark. You know what I mean? Once you back in the Biddix, you know what I mean? That shit, what was 10 now is 15.
are you talking that street culture, man?
Hey man, you know, you say some shit that go over my head, goddamn it, I gotta say some shit that go over yours every now and then too.
All right, listen. Man, so look, here go my notes right here, man. First of all, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't know what to expect. You know, I thought it could have just been a long, drawn out sort of, you know, biographical, you know, music video. It's just not that.
I didn't think it was that.
Yeah, it is not that. They
I
definitely.
knew it was gonna be, you know, when they put Saga in that shit. Oh yeah, I said, oh yeah, we're going into death. We probably go all the way back to when they was little kids. Did they?
The what? Yes, they.
The
beauty.
You're not gonna sit on.
I'm not gonna spoil right on here.
One that ain't seen it.
Right. So it's like, but again, not only is it a saga, it is an American saga. One of my greatest problems I've had with a whole lot of quote unquote like urban black movies that's been coming out for years is that we keep on romanticizing like this hood shit. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you know, we got the Alpo story in Harlem, you know what I'm saying? American Gangster, you know, hoodlum and all that. But what happened is that
peace, Frank.
What happened?
Uncle Frank, rest in peace.
What happened is sometimes I feel there's a danger where we sort of encapsulate our experience, and it's almost like we become an aberration to humanity. Like, this is what those savages are doing because that's just what they do. Like, no, this is an American story. There's a larger story of how hoods are created.
Right.
There's a recipe to making a motherfucking hood. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's an American story. Like, listen, we don't manufacture the crack. We don't own the factories to make crack vials. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, yeah, it's an American saga. So what this Wu Tang series does is it adds another layer of humanity to see what transformed these children into, you know, the men they had to become and how music redeemed them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, I mean, without spoiling it, man, but man, this shit has the potential of being like our Sopranos. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got all those ingredients, man. You know what I mean?
So it's ongoing. How many episodes is it so far?
I'm not sure exactly how they're gonna do it, but those sons of bitches only put 3 up, man. So they definitely they know how to tease their crowd.
Binge watch for me.
You see what I'm saying?
Binge watch for me.
I done watched it like 2-3 times with him. Me and my man
check that out.
we was like, yo, hold on, bring that back. What just happened? Like, yo, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? So word. Definitely want to give it up on that, man. On that Wu Tang.
So shout out to Wu.
Word up. All right. Before I asked for the privilege of having the last words for this podcast, since we are celebrating, you know what I'm saying, being the number one.
Oh yeah, we're definitely doing that.
We're
the
celebrating.
number one podcast.
Come here, Smokey.
On Apple Expedition.
Come here, Smokey,
with
man.
Jermaine Hopkins and your boy
And your
Rage.
boy Rage. Come here, Smokey.
Yeah.
Come here. And goddamn Smokey. I'm sorry I didn't hurt you, but you got to get in on this, man. Smokey, let them know what time it is, man. We got to get you a hat. I got to get you a hat. Get Smokey a hat, man.
You want to have Smokey?
Say expeditiously. Woof. But yeah.
Smokey in the building.
Smokey's in the building.
When ain't nobody else in the building, Smokey in the building.
Smokey in the building, holding it down. Yeah, I mean, what, any last note before I close it out? You know what I'm saying?
Y'all check out the podcast. Y'all can follow me at Jermaine Hopkins on IG, I can't even take no more on Facebook, but all your platforms, Jermaine Hopkins, and you know, my boy Rage, web social media. You know, y'all hit us up. We out here.
Man, you know, I wanted to end with a paraphrase from the great.
Boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Over the head shit. All right, y'all get your fucking dictionaries out.
All right, I wanted to end with a small paraphrase, man. Actually, I'm gonna lost my place. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna fix this in a minute. All right, I wanted to end with a small paraphrase from the great urban griot we know as True Goy the Dove of De La Soul.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, we might can fuck with this.
We might can fuck with it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you know what I mean. I didn't know if you was going into some philosopher that we have to read 1,000 books just to figure out who the hell this motherfucker.
He is a philosopher, man. But just in regards,
well, we know who that is, though. We ain't got to go read 1,000 books. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, I mean, listen. In regards to you know what we've been going through behind the scenes, man. Just dealing with this race for, intellectual property, and
That's
you know, at the end of the day, we as creators, we create. You know what I'm saying? And
That's right.
Sometimes things get a little muddy, and you can't see what started what from where, what was who. And I was just inspired when I was listening to one of their songs the other day, and I just wanted to paraphrase True Other Dove when he was talking about such infringements, and he said regarding his art, which I concentrated so hard on. See, I don't ask for maximum security, but my dwelling is swelling. It nipped my bud when I happened to fall into a spot where no ink or an ink blot was on a scroll. I just wrote me a new mode, but now it's gone. These suckers knew that I hate to recognize every time I'm writing it's gone. Potholes in my lawn.